Question number one from me is let's talk about trilogies. Movie industry, game industry, and since I've just now started reading books, can't really speak too much, but like the glory of a trilogy is kind of gone. I don't know if it's really ever been there, but from what I've realized when I was just a wee little tyke, when I originally had no sideburns instead of a tragic haircutting accident at a place where I normally go and they do great. Not happy with them right now. But to clarify, because I have been enlightened that my question was not very clear, let's do are trilogies kind of a dying breed? Yeah, since we haven't seen so many new ones in production really at all, and just people adding on to them, what are your thoughts? Are trilogies kind of the thing of the past now?
Are trilogies dying? I'm not really sure. I guess let's break it down. In the gaming world, I have no clue because really the only games I play are like Assassin's Creed and Super Mario Brothers. So I don't know. In the movie world, it seems like they're either adding an additional movie, such as the Indiana Jones movie, or they are taking the old trilogy and creating a new trilogy, like Star Wars, or they're basing their movies on a trilogy series of a book and then making it more movies. In the book world, though, I can kind of give more opinions about. I don't see trilogies dying down, like, especially when we're talking about, like, dystopia books, like the Hunger Games or the Match series or the Divergent series or the Uglies series. Is that what I think that's what that name of that series is called. Or I'm trying to think what other books. I think Delirium is 3 books, that series. I'm not sure. But I don't think that, or at least to me, it doesn't seem that trilogies are dying down in the book world. But then again, I don't, it doesn't really bother me if trilogies do start to die. Because to me, it's more important that the story is good. No matter if it takes 7 books, like Harry Potter, which I want more. Give me more books. Or if it takes 1 or 2 books to tell a story in. Like, I think some people just shoot for 3 books because trilogy, I don't know where trilogy came from. The trilogy just seems like a good thing to shoot for. I don't think it really matters. I mean, if it takes 1 book to tell your story well, that's fine. If it takes 10 books to tell your story well, that's fine. If you want to make it a trilogy, that's fine. As long as you're not trying to put fluff in the trilogy to create 3 books, or as long as you're not, like, cutting it to create 3 books instead of having that 4th book. If trilogies are dying, I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's just, it is what it is, as long as people are able to tell their story in whatever amount of books or movies or whatever they're trying to do it in, and they do it well, it shouldn't matter. That's my opinion.
So yeah, I guess I find your point pretty valid. Like premise of the question, I don't think it was more of a bad thing that if trilogies are dying, it was more of a thing like what do you think? But definitely agree with the statement that if they're able to do it well in 3 or more or less, then what would be the main point? I guess with me, one of the big things is, this leads back to one of our previous conversations that we've had on the phone before, is like stuff about like traditions. And traditionally, I guess in my generation or early in my generation and your generation, I feel like, at least on my side, being heavy in games, we're used to seeing the trilogies, and then in movies, a lot of the big trilogies, the big 3. Everyone's excited, the Matrix trilogy, and then of course the second 2 movies were not very subpar. So why couldn't they just leave it at 1 movie at that, you know? Even though everyone wanted more, why do more when you have such a decent end product? And that's what I feel is going on with, at least in my point, with some games that I've been playing lately, is there really isn't a necessity to push out a prelude or you know a game after it all ends and stuff like that. I mean, if the trilogy did well, or your first 2 games did well, why do you have to have the 3rd? Why do you have to have the one that's like, this is what happened before everything happened? I mean, sometimes I guess I like the idea of speculation to speculate about, oh, I wonder what happened, or what kind of mythology can the game world kind of, or any world like book world or movie world, TV world, come up with for the previous mythology? Kind of leave it to a sandbox to say, and let the audience kind of decide what happened beforehand, what's the mythology, and then build it. I think that's kind of cool to do something like that and leave. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I like the idea of leaving questions, but like it's like the way I feel about Supernatural. Like you sent me that email today, with the meme like no one who said Supernatural needs to end, and it says no one ever. No one has said or something like that. Whatever it is, there you know what the meme I'm talking about. But I feel like it should have ended quite a bit ago because I feel like they've lost a lot of the original base of what it's been to. So, but yeah, I feel that in the game aspect at least that a lot of the trilogies are ending. Do I think it's bad? Probably not necessarily. Um, but again, it really is how is that end product being delivered? If it's been delivered well, then who really cares if it's a trilogy or not? But if they're kind of just fluffing it up, like you said, which is what I feel like I've been playing more than seeing, it's there. So this is long. You get the next question. Goodbye. Oh, I'm in Florida. That's why I have these behind me. That's all I'm saying. Oh, I'm on the beach. I can hear the ocean.